Okay, ladies and gents, it's Tuesday already. How'd everybody enjoy the weekend? Had a nice long weekend, your Labor Day weekend. So many of us out of work. So many people looking to hire people. Still aren't paying what we need to run a single income family while one person stays at home with sick kids. Because every other day, some new pandemic's breaking out somewhere. Speaking of which, pandemics, North Idaho Health District, critical standards of care. Yeah, they're out of ICU beds up there, folks. What does that mean? You better not get sick. There's issues. The issues are legitimate. People are getting sick. People are showing up. People are getting intubated. The ironic thing is it's already accelerated to worse, despite the fact that, what is it? I think 50% of the state, a little less. Actually, we're at about 45% of the state. 45% of the state's been vaccinated to some degree or another. Okay? And despite the fact that half the population's been vaccinated, the current strain, whatever that is currently bad enough that it's putting people in the hospital, despite all of the people who've already had it. Now, hopefully this doesn't continue to escalate, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. So hospitals, they're doing their part. You do your part. See what you can do to stay out of them, man. No, there's an awful lot of us out there that are reluctant to pursue a number of different varieties of direct care, personal care. Yeah, the flu's bad, man. It doesn't matter what you call it. The flu, the common cold, COVID, it's all a coronavirus. It's all the same family. It's all going to get you sick the exact same way. And some of the things we've been doing, dude, honestly, I don't know what the problem is. Joe Rogan took Ivermectin. Of course, he took a metric shit ton of other stuff too. So there's no telling which of the 30 things in the cocktail of drugs he took actually fixed the problem for him. So yeah, just because ivermectin was one of the contributors doesn't mean it's a safe variation. They got reports out there, right? I mean, legitimate medical studies, folks, legitimate medical studies. Ivermectin will make you infertile. Yes, ivermectin affects fertility in men. Think before you use it. Okay, by the same token, there have been studies. Some confirmed, some not. Chaga mushroom. Yes, Stiller. Chaga mushroom. That's never going to be FDA approved, though, because that's natural. You can grow that shit yourself, man. You know how that works, Tiller. As long as it's natural, as long as it's something that they can't go out and say, we copyrighted that so they can get rights on it, you aren't going to get it FDA approved. That's the same thing with vitamin C. Vitamin C boosts your immune. Vitamin D, vitamin E. Take your multivitamin, folks. Even aspirin is an anti-inflammatory. Come on, it helps reduce inflammation. A lot of different things out there. Check with your homeopathic folks. I'm not the best. I got my favorites. When I'm down and I just need a little something that's natural, I got people I call. People who know what St. John's wort will do for you. People who know what willow bark will do for you. You don't necessarily need to resort to horse medicine, in order to get the job done. A lot of basic anti-inflammatories out there that'll keep you out of the hospital. Also, yeah. Anyway. Wash your hands, folks. Come on. People are dirty. People are nasty. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Maintain social distance. This is Idaho, folks. This is Idaho. Who's getting within 6 feet of you anyway? Right? Only Mr. Ed needs the horse medicine. There we go. Yeah, and you're right, William. Different people, different things are going to work. Yeah, everybody's got their own way their immune system works. Get your kids a pet, man. Get your kids a pet. It's one of the things that we've learned a long time back, you know. Get your kids access, you know, domestic animals. Help build your immune system. Yeah, it might be a little late for some of you, but get a pet. But yeah, so for those of you who actually need a hospital up in northern Idaho right now, they're maxed out. They're doing triage. You may not get a bed until somebody else dies out of one. That ain't good. You know, depending on your medical condition before you arrived, the doctor may look at you and kick you out of a bed for somebody they think has a better chance. We've reached that point, folks. We are literally turning Idaho physicians into eugenicists. They are picking and choosing who's going to live and who's going to die. And in some of those cases, it will be extremely arbitrary. That's just the nature of being people, folks. It's just the nature of being people. So, I hope everybody had a good Labor Day. Yeah. What else we got to talk about here? Take a few minutes. I'm only at 7.5. That's doing pretty good. Medical marijuana out there, folks. Medical marijuana. Get out there. Sign the petition. Right now, there is $3 million a week. $3 million a week in an industry, right? You aren't essential, you're going to die. You aren't essential, stay home. If you are essential, guess what? You're a frontline worker, and you're going to die because you're replaceable. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Take care of yourself. Look after yourself. Do what you need to do in order to make sure you get through. For some of us, all we need to do is wash our hands. For others, you know, some additional risk mitigation factors may be in your near future. Labor Day, reason we had a 3-day weekend is because of the labor movement. Reason we only have a 5-day work week, which ironically only applies to upper middle class salary workers these days, was because of the labor movement. Service industry, man, come on. You need to step up. I know there's an awful lot of you out there working in industries that don't treat you well. Watching strikes happen all across the U.S. right now. In our food supply chain, no less. And literally strikes in our food supply chain. Who is refusing to pay overtime to people who work 60 and 70 hours a week to make sure the food gets on the grocery store shelves? I don't know. Sounds to me like some of you need to get out and actually start gardening again. Growing your own food. Puff, puff. There you go, William. There you go. Yeah, but pay attention to what's going on, folks. Pay attention to what's going on. Food supply chains, hospitals, everything is getting hurt. We are looking at significant issues running up Louisiana right now. Hurricane Ida. You know, we still got a hurricane that just hit there. A lot of effort going into rebuilding. A lot of supply chains for building supplies broken. Wood was expensive last year. It's only going to get more expensive. So all the wood they need to rebuild after Ida, more expensive. The food, the processing is slowing down because we're not processing it fast enough. Supply chain, folks, supply chain. Now let's see what we got here. Do a banner for IMDA or PAMmed on the freeway. 4 days a week, usually work 5 because we have lots of call outs. Yep. Oh yeah, the field's being plowed under. Yes. That's an ironic situation there, Tiller. The field's being plowed under. Yeah, the reason why that's ironic, but it's not, is that's been standard practice for the past 40 years. Okay, we have been paying farmers for the past 40 years to plow their crops under. Okay, this is a standard operating procedure of the Department of Interior and the Department of Agriculture. And it's all part of the SNAP program in order to make sure that there is a specific quantity of food that is produced in America for Americans. Okay? It's been the policy. Reason why it hurt so bad last year was because a condition that policy required to be successful disappeared. Problem is, that requirement is still gone, and the policy is still in place. Which is why we're going to have food shortages coming up here. Maybe not this year, maybe next. Farmer in Malta at $2 million a year not to grow crops. Like I said, this is a policy. This ain't strange, folks. This ain't news. And the only reason it matters now is because the condition that allowed the policy to exist is gone. That is the workers to process all the food. It's 20 years ago. Still going on, man. Still going on. So, due diligence. Pay attention to what's going on, folks. Risk mitigation. Okay. Here's something else I've seen that's been disturbing a lot. Awful lot of people out there thinking, I don't need to stock up because I got a gun. With my gun, I can go take what I need when the time comes. Bro, every motherfucker who's got what you want has got a gun too. And he knows why you're showing up at the door. Don't for a second think that shit's gonna work. Nope. You're just gonna be a loot drop. That's it. You're gonna be a loot drop. Exactly. Everybody who's got what you think you're gonna take, they're armed better than you, man. They know it's coming. Better learn to work for a living, man. Better learn to work for what you eat. Does that take what I need? Yeah. That don't fly. That won't fly here in Idaho. Won't even fly in Boise. Because no matter what you think about the Democrats here in the blue bubble, they like the guns too. They like the guns a lot. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for today, folks. Risk mitigation, situational awareness. Pay attention to your supply lines. Look out for your family and friends. Remember, folks, family, friends, community. As long as you got those three, you can make anything happen. If you ain't got any of them, you're fucked. Meantime, peace.